Yalla, mic check 1-2 here at twitch.tv/conspiracy horseman. It's Wednesday night, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. You know where you need to be, infidels, here in the chat room or even on our new Discord server. So don't miss out on what the passing. You're missing the Huda of a funky Buddha, a looter of your fucked up styles to get wicked. So come on, the conspiracy horsemen are about to kick it, infidels. And we got plenty to run down today. 27 new sarcophagi, Planet X video, and the next step in George Soros' plan to dethrone everybody in America. There is no power, and the states are coming to an end. We're going to get a call live from Kentucky here soon in the middle of it all on the Conspiracy Horseman. Yalla. Yeah, man, we're back again here live, having a good time as much as we can during the madness where people are just whipping themselves into a frenzy. And there's plenty of things to shoot me angry about in the situation. But like all of these things that are just nothing more than a catalyst to do insanely stupid things and try and destroy societies and, for no reason whatsoever, except for having a temper tantrum, thinking that it's really going to change something. The only way you're really going to change something is open discourse and discussion. And that's what we do best here at the Conspiracy Horseman, alongside my brothers, Big Stevie Cool and Big Sal. We're waiting on GGP to do the run-in, but good evening to everybody. Sally, Notorious SEG, how you doing tonight, bud?
Doing good, man. Just have trying to just be normal, right?
Yeah, dude.
I guess for the most part, and just kind of getting, since we know people in Louisville, so you get the calls and all kinds of shit. So you're kind of worrying again because now you have to. So
it's definitely something where you're like, they had the little things, and then they're just waiting for the final line in the sand, and then once they're there and they're going to cross it and they're paid to cross it, who knows what stupid thing could happen, not just based on what they're trying to do, but reactionary out of fear, which is the whole order out of chaos, which they really want, and to put the fear in people, the fear and loathing to divide further. And it's going down ground zero, I think, tonight all the way through this weekend in Louisville. Like you said, a lot of people we know there. So we're getting some inside scoop. We're going to try and contact our own Greg Mosier, Garbeck's Edge. He's a great voice there for us and has some inside info on some stuff. So we'll get to that in just a little bit as we make the rounds. Steve Areno, how you doing, man? All stretched out, limbered up?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are going to get stretched tonight. That's what it looks like. And it's pretty unfortunate what we see. And I sent you guys that clip of the guy who had pretty much, he was going to get beat to death, fired the warning shot twice. Then a second person jumped on him and he ended up shooting that guy. And it was ruled a justifiable homicide or self-defense. And then the woke crowd took control and turned around, and now he got charged. He had potentially 95 years he was facing in prison and ended up committing suicide, and they celebrated that, by the way. So we're living in this is like a very sick idiocracy in so many different ways.
Yeah, insane, where they've pushed people who are reactionary to everything right to the brink of where they are, dude. Like, there is no open discourse. I've seen it, like I said, with my Chicago friends even today, like just going off in their little echo chamber of, you're either this or you're that. There is no middle ground anymore. And they're just so convinced of it all, man. But the most convincing guy we've had on the panel this month, the all-star of the Conspiracy Horseman, no doubt about it. Great conversation and putting it in. He's back on the road too. Dropped a new hot promo for his first match back. It's the man himself, the Alpha, the Omega, GGP. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I am doing splendid. And listen, I'm not the MVP. We're all the MVP. There's no I in team, my friend. There is an M and an E, but that's...
I've enjoyed a lot of what you've had to say this month. I just wanted to point that out.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And you know what? If the people really appreciate it, they can send me money to pop it on 595@yahoo.com. Because let's face it, in these uncertain times, we need a lot of Scarol to pay the fucking bills.
Man.
So
No doubt about it. ProWrestlingTees.com/all of us. We're easy to find on there. You guys and I have seen some people going in on the sale there Labor Day and staying on brand, and we appreciate that. We know it's crazy with no end in sight of whatever it is that we're going through. When's the next $1,200 payout, right? when we get close to everybody melting down again, here's some more fucking hush money. Doesn't matter if it was George Bush at the end of the war and a payout or not.
Well, I know when the next $1,200 payout is.
When's that, buddy?
When we all agree, and then Stevie finally holds out last to get more money.
That's true. So, Stevie, let's start holding out, please. Stevie has cut some awesome videos this week, a pocket box unboxing, so he's ready for it all to melt down. There's no doubt about that, and I'm sure he's also got his concealed carry permit, so he's strapped right now. And one thing I saw, obviously it's Australia. We have great listeners and a great contingent of Media loyalists down there. Down where?
Down there. Oh.
Ding dong.
And that obviously gun law down there where they collected them all and banned it and whatnot. Shout out Bandit, but they banned everything. Somebody was arrested today and from being stooged off. They were 3D printing. There's I've showed you guys the Control Pew stuff. I mean, there's stuff out there now. People saw the Defender, the 3D printed gun, and like thought that was something. No, you can make Glocks. You can make Glocks. Everything's online to print a clean lower, and then all you do is order this. This is the piece that's stamped. This is the piece that's whatever, and this is a bad print because you can see the end of it, and I wouldn't use that. See how it tapers down. But they went to the guy's house, took his printer, and because he bought the thing in the slide and put it on there, he might even milled his own slide, but. In Australia, trying to get around this 2A bullshit and we saw it with the crackdown on social media this week too, or this past month too, with them showing up at people's house on Facebook posts. And a big hot topic that I kind of wanted to tie all this in. I don't know who's watched it. The social, God damn it, what is it on Netflix? There,
Experiment,
Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma, yeah. I just finished watching it, so I should know the title, but CT'd out there for a minute. And, it paints a picture that's the scary Minority Report side of it for the drama of it, but it exposes what the commodity of behavior modification that they're really selling and how we're all being tapered to, that we've looked at through Shadowgate, that we've looked at through project with Cambridge Analytica, exposure. And here it is in this now, a month before election. And things are breaking down in Louisville. I mean, just imagine what everybody's individual news feed is triggering them over and over again as this is exposed now. So go around the horn. Stevie, what do you got to say, man?
Well, we have to remind everybody that this is Netflix. So the Social Dilemma is not exactly an objective hit piece or a documentary or anything like that. So I'm going to look a little more deeper into that, why that was allowed to air on Netflix, which obviously is the same streaming service that has Cuties. So you have some kind of indoctrination at one point, and then you're trying to expose another type of indoctrination. Doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had to come out and say, well, look, this was just a social media whip up. This was all done by social media. This was all created by people. It's like Wikipedia. And so that's the thing. They're going to kind of downplay it to say, well, don't take it too seriously because it's just made up by people. It's not a real issue, guys. It's just social media.
What was killing me is like, okay, the information's good and stooging it off in a tasteful way for the Nancy Browns and whatnot and to shake the liberals up. But there wasn't one person who was like the stooge from Silicon Valley that didn't just want to punch him right in the
barbell on the back. Sorry about that.
It's all right. I thought it was GGP put his hand up. I was like, wow, he's summoning the gods of thunder right here. It was right on cue.
That was just my team.
But yeah, man, I thought Braun was coming in, one of the two.
His name is
He's back.
Huge pop if his hand just blew through your fucking wood in the back and just.
Blowing through wood. That's Bruce's job.
It would have been like the finish of Phantasm. See Horror Junkyard can watch Phantasm again.
Ugh.
The end of Phantasm where he came through the wall of the bedroom.
It's finally over.
Not to get off topic. That movie still scares me. That was the first horror movie I ever saw in like 78, I think.
Was it the dirty midgets? Little filthy midgets?
It was the tall man. It was the tall man, man. Ric Flair of the 70s and 80s. That's what he looks like. Go ahead, Ben. Go back to real world stuff.
Oh, by all means. I mean, nobody sinks the Horror Junkyard rating quicker than Stevie Richards' appearance on there. That'll get him. No, I'm just teasing, man. Everybody doing a lot of fun stuff, whatever you want, whatever flavor. We're going to bring it to you, man, at Hameen Media Group. And it was good to hear Rohit Raju, Hakeem Zain on the New Force Order podcast. We do switch up September, a lot of different voices. Even today on the Impact Attack, John Hartnett joined us to talk Colby Covington's win, and obviously Trump calling him and getting heat. Just a 1 minute of heat puts you in the main event, man. And he goes over, and now he's the talk of the sports world. So check out all the shows we got going on at Hacker Hameen or Hameen Media Group on your iTunes. Add us. We're on everything. New Amazon, iHeartRadio affiliates as well. So get out there, check us out, share our stuff, you guys. Going back into that, though, with the social dilemma, GGP, I'm not sure if you got to see it or not, but
no, what's it about? What's the premise of the show?
So it starts out with Silicon Valley stooges, like maybe a half dozen of them, and it keeps cutting to these scenes with the one little wormy dude from what's the name? Mad Men, who's in the fucking that everybody wants to punch in the face, and then the kid from Santa Clarita Diet, who's the best friend of the boyfriend or whatever, who's a little nerdy dude too. So you've got these guys who are like the vision of what people look at as wormy little fuckers, you know what I mean? And they're behind the scenes making the decision, like they make even 3 of them. So it's like everything you do, every choice you make is clocked in an algorithm that's always updating to get you to click more, to release a shot of dopamine. So whether it's color, emoji, they may even be tailoring your timeline so you see things that give you a reaction to create anticipation, because they know when they have you in that, then they can sell to you easier. And it's all about hours logged on into your phone. And the longer they have you on their property, the more they can charge advertisers because you're in their house. So they're doing everything possible to, once you hit click on an app, listen, obviously targeted marketing, how many clicks per second, what you're clicking on, how long you're watching, estimated times, all these analytics and devices you're watching on, and when at what time, and tailoring the information to each person. Now they can do that. And you sent something earlier. It was Biden's kid being tied to this exact kind of shit. And what we heard in the Shadowgate documentary was that the stuff in Ukraine was directly tied to this. So this is that NSA level weapon being used by social media to create a profit while keeping us in our own individual rat race mazes. And it's all tailored to us to get us to some desired destination for them. That's really the expose that I took away from it. Anybody else take anything else from that?
So it's a documentary.
It is, but it's got a lot of propaganda, and it goes back and forth from these actors that from Mad Men and whatnot, in these little scenes that look like they're in a futuristic control room, and they're seeing everything the GGP's doing, and his body temperature and his pupils are dilated, and he's checking into like all these.
There's no way they could see what I'm doing, because I'm only on Pornhub for 3 seconds at a time. They can't log in and log out that quick. No
3
way.
seconds.
No way.
Be Ric Flair?
That's right. 3 seconds. Boom.
But every one of those things is logged, put in an own algorithm, and they create almost a virtual version of you in how you respond to stimulus, and from there they can tailor it. And then aren't you just really being controlled even more? And that's what they're selling, is behavior modification to these app companies.
Sal, can I ask you a question? Since you are CERN HR and you roam within the inner circles of the select few elite. And since your boys, your people knows Elon Musk's people and your boys with Elon, do you think he jerks off to the show going about the technology and the algorithm and all that stuff? Do you think he sits there going, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby?
No, he pays someone to jerk him off for him. He's got that kind of money.
And and he doesn't ejaculate anything that even contains an ounce of blue light. He's had all that removed from his.
Let me ask you a question: if he could put that gimmick in your head and you didn't even have to touch yourself to fucking jerk off.
Mm-mm.
No, dude, nothing's going in my head. No.
Ugh, ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
ridiculous.
You know what I have been watching?
Yeah,
Raised by Wolves, the new Ridley Scott thing on HBO Max.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Earth is in disarray. We done fucked it up. People are colonizing themselves left and right. There's a group of atheists fighting a war against a group of people who believe in a certain religion, and they don't believe in the guy. The guy who's the head of religion isn't God. It's called Saul, right? And
well, it should be. I like this. I'm already in.
So they have two androids come with fetuses to a certain planet, and they raise the fetuses artificially in like a bin, and they're going to try to start up a population. It's really good. Very sci-fi-ish. It's really good.
So no wolves involved, really.
Not a wolf. Not a wolf scene.
Damn show. Stevie, too sweet me here, Wolfpack. What's going on?
Well, that show sounds really incredibly far distant from the reality of what we're going to talk about.
No,
it's probably about 6 months in the future, actually. The Ben's begging for the Planet X robots to come down and start feeding the fetuses and raising wolves and doing all that stuff.
I'm sorry. I just want to. Real Plaga says my Android only came with a stylist. So I just heard it in the Charlie Brown fucking weep womp voice. Fucking body. Androids do suck, by the way, though. Just gonna put that out there. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought that was so well.
Steve Jobs was turning over his gravy, so the stylist. He didn't like that. But if you know, you know. Just like the red bands. I'll tell you what, man. Every day. I mean, this is what I was thinking about today when I was looking at all this stuff, and we get caught up with one side or the other, and we know that the DNC seems to be exposed for everything. We got the Soros angle. It really seems to be. I'm trying to think from kind of 100 yards away, as like a person looking at the entire thing, and it's just like we got to stop being worked to think that one side's the good side. I think I'm getting to that point right now. Like it's way too exposed on one end or the other, and it is a stage. It is a theater. There's somebody really working and twisting everybody. For all we know, George Soros is getting worked by the mysterious whoever it is and whoever's smart enough to not ever get exposed. I know that sounds like we're putting the string up on the cork board or going down the rabbit hole, but you have to think it's way too easy to twist people up, and we know way too many names on the front lines and on the talking head shows on one side or the other. You know, even with Trump with 40 chess and Q and all this stuff, if they really wanted to be the workers that we would be telling them to be, you'd never know their names. You'd never know who they are.
Never. But they're, with the Breonna Taylor stuff, I'm not going to go into who's right side, left side, wrong side, upside, down side. But here it is right off Twitter this afternoon. And we've been getting the calls from people we know there in Louisville, obviously wife number one from there as well. But they bring out the U-Haul, everything's ready to go. You look at all these people, look at all white kids from college age, unemployable, most of them probably. I mean, as far as what they want to do, do these look like black activists to you who give a shit about it? No, this is sponsoring a community college to come out and turn out and do some stupid shit, man, whether they're busting them in or whatever it is. But, at the end of the day, Stevie, retribution has contracts. So that's the big.
Yeah.
Just a heads
CNN
up.
announced that all these people have contracts.
Yep.
Moser said if you want to give him a call, he's up.
Okay, I do want to.
Well, 1.8 million people watched that. And 1.8 million people refuse to still be smartened up that they're being played.
Well, there's a bunch of people who are watching and whatnot. They want to act like they're not. They're playing dumb on purpose, so they don't have to like be. Oh, we're on their side, but go get them, everybody. Yeah,
well, here's one more point before Greg comes on.
Yeah,
Rand Paul was the person, the senator from Kentucky. He was the one that introduced a bill called the Breonna Taylor Act to basically, stop no-knock warrants, even though they were investigating her and the boyfriend and the whole ring for months and months and months.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced that, and these idiots in Washington were ready to kill him and his wife. And he was the one. This is how uninformed. The next thing we're going to be doing is watering the crops with Gatorade. And we're one step away from that.
Dude, Rondo has electrolytes.
Listen, did you guys see the clips, or did you guys have a chance to see the clips of one of the, what was the guy's name? Was it Barr? Oh, never mind. We'll go back to that later.
Yo.
Mose, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
Not much. You're on live with us now, bro. Obviously you might have been listening to us at the same time, but I know that they're in full swing down there. You can just see that it's paid agitators, I guess, whatever you want to call them at this point, from the Craigslist shout outs, where that one time they might have been laying dead on the ground acting like they were in a school shooting or whatever. Here they are now, man, ready to tear down Louisville. Is the block hot over there? Is they're making it, or is this propaganda right now?
No, dude, it's popping off. Like I said, I'm in the Indiana side. I'm in Jeffersonville, but you can't cross the bridges or anything. That's been shut down pretty much all day. I tattooed a guy that's on the blue side of things, police officer a couple of days ago, and while I was tattooing him, he got a call from his boss that basically said, bring a duffel bag, change of clothes. You're going to have to park at the fairgrounds up at the Kingdom and get shuttled into work, like blocked off, everything's shut down. And they just said, too, that there's a 9 o'clock curfew tonight, so we'll see how that goes.
Who is working the main event over there at Kentucky Kingdom Summer Sizzler Series in the last show?
Well, they're probably picking up some jabrones from about 20 years outdated.
I heard they got Carlito coming in.
Yeah.
I knew that would get bad.
Oh my God! Yeah, like the little shit show they used to put on over there by the kitty part of the.
Oh, come on! Shit show. That's some of my best work.
Yeah, that was top tier, baby.
Oh shit, man! Nah, we're just busting balls, man, and having a couple laughs in a serious situation. I mean, it was stooged off the moment they were going to make the announcement from Frankfort, Kentucky, which I believe is the capital, and that's 45 minutes away. So
yeah. Oh, they had 6, dude. They're even boarding up St. Matthews out by the LAC. Where
really?
All the
wow.
Autograph. So yeah.
Let me say this, man.
Where are the good old boys, man? Where are they? Go, Sam.
If one of these motherfuckers touches Highland Coffee, I will be down there with a flamethrower and fucking mini nukes.
He won't do it.
I promise you.
That whole area is so gentrified at this point that there's nobody up there even that could even do shit, even if they wanted to. So
that's what I'm saying. That's prime target, man.
Yeah. Well, they already tried going through the Highlands. They cut them off right around where like Cahoots used to be, and they had like the Bearcat truck and everything out there already. So they're prepping for war tonight. It looks like. So there's
Why does it sound like the fucking Revolutionary War? Like you had to cut them off at fucking street blocks and shit. Really?
Dude, that's why I named that show 2-3 weeks ago, and I already forgot his name. The Justice for whatever it was. It was the kid who was 13 years old, who was a wig maker, the original wigger of Boston or whatever, and he's the one who told the cops to fuck off, the British to fuck off, and they shot him and peeled his wig back right there in the streets. That's what popped off the Revolutionary War, and here we are in Louisville in a situation where somebody's going to do something. They're hyping these paid informants, protesters, whatever you want to call them, BLM, Antifa. They're paying them to get some rednecks fucking fired up to do something stupid, and that's what their part in the chess game really is. Stevie, what do you think?
Yeah, it's already started. I was gonna say, sorry. I already saw some of the Gravy Fields guys down there too. The cosplay cops were down there, so it's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, man. I know you sent us some pictures of what's going on in the streets via Instagram. So, you know, it looks like every other place that's pretty much had to deal with it, West Coast or what have you. But I think this time they paid the family $12 million, and people are going, no justice, no peace. Well, isn't $12 million justice?
Yeah.
And the first thing they're going to do, they're going to be like, just us are going to move the fuck out of this shit neighborhood.
Oh, they're already gone. They're already gone.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah,
actually, when those college kids were going towards the U-Haul and getting the signs, I thought it was an AEW casino battle royal. But it was just new talent sign. I thought they were all elite.
Everybody's all
They look
elite.
like a bunch of soy boys. Like Greg, you could probably just mow right through all those people. Just go wherever
just
you want
Greg.
to go.
Greg,
that's what it
do,
looked like, a skate park. Like they went to the skate park and was like, "Hey, everybody, free, whatever over here." Like none of them.
Hey, we're gonna film a fucking Jackass video. Everybody who wants in.
Exactly. That's why I say just let OVW go regulate on them. The shit might be done pretty quick.
Yeah, man. Where's Rip at? Why isn't he down there regulating some fucker?
I don't fucking watch that shit.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, it's fucking made. Yeah, dude. I mean, isn't Louisville like? Louisville's a wrestling mecca, dude. Why aren't people getting suplexed through the fucking barricades down there? What's going on?
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's time for your high spot at 4th Street Live down there. That's what it is.
Oh, dude.
Where's Cornette? Let Cornette lead him.
Do the swan dive off that fucking top deck at 4th Street Live.
Well, Cornette's always known to make situations much, much calmer and better.
He should go in and just diffuse the whole situation.
Yes, I would. You know what? I think that's a great idea.
But isn't that an interesting point? That Cornette on the other side, the anti-Trump and all that shit. So here's the extreme other side, and you don't talk about any more extreme than Cornette. What's he gonna say when they start tearing his fucking beloved city down? Like it's literally the chickens coming home to roost here, isn't it, guys?
Well, he's going to blame everybody else, but he's going to these people, and it'll be those people, these animals, these motherfuckers. All these motherfuckers. He's going to blame all of them, and then it's not going to be because there's going to be no correlation between his dislike of Trump and what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. This is his people, his cult down there doing all this, and it's like, well, yeah, I think it'd be cool with them tearing up all the shit all over the place, but who knows?
You think this is going to be 24 to 48 hours, or we're going to see this go all the way through the weekend, Mose?
Oh, dude, I think, well, dude, they've been going. I mean, I'll give them the credit. They've been down there nonstop. It's 192 days now or some crazy shit. Like, and they're not slowing up, man. And I watched it live when they did that announcement because I was tattooing, and the guy I was working on was pretty invested in what was going on. And we just turned the music off and let it play. And, I mean, I'm stopped mid tattoo when they did that announcement, and I looked at him and he said, "Well." He just had that look on his face like, well, we're fucked. I mean, because we knew, like, you could call it 5 days ago when they were bringing all these National Guard dudes in, and I mean, they're all over the place on the Indiana side, and even a couple Indiana State guys said that they've already had the call too that they can't take any of their off days right now or anything because I mean, they're expecting them to need to reinforce it on the other side of the bridge. So.
Greg, let me ask you this real quick. It seems like you said the National Guard's there, and there's a police presence. So this isn't going to be Seattle and Portland and Minneapolis. This is something that they're kind of ahead of compared to those cities.
Oh yeah.
Just think about it.
As much of a hotbed as Louisville should be for this right now, it's been calm. I mean, we look at those other cities, dude. They're just like total anarchy type shit, and it's just not that down here. But I mean, it could after this. You get enough instigators and paid agitators down there. All it's going to take is one person cracking a cop or throwing a brick, and it could potentially be crazy like that. But
that's the thing, man. It's so quiet. You know what I mean? Like from what I've heard now so far, it's so quiet that it's like a horror movie. Because people are just waiting for that brick or waiting for that gunshot. So
I think why it's so quiet. That's all. It almost made me feel like a little more tense whenever they made that announcement, and like there was no reaction. People were just kind of standing there, and I was like, "Oh man, this isn't going to be good," because there wasn't immediate, shout out LOD pop. There wasn't that immediately.
Right.
But it was. That's almost more interesting to see how calm and quiet everyone was, like if they're just waiting for that curfew. That's when shit's going to start popping off, I would say, right a little after 9. Because they've already been trying to keep them out.
Like they're gonna carry this through to the weekend. I think this is a Wednesday going on.
Okay.
Everybody's home right now because they're doing curfew at 9. So this is going to be Thursday, Friday is going to be a wash for everybody at work because people are like, I'm not coming in. There's no way. It's too dangerous. There's this. And this is going to turn into people are home, so they're fucking off because they're not at work. And it's going to be, well, I got to get my gun ready. I got to get my shit ready. I got to get my family ready. And people are going to be waiting. And you got these fucking National Guard guys who are just dying to shoot someone. They are dying to actually use their fucking weapon.
Yeah, they've been over here for a week, just posted up in the hotels right on the, on the Jeffersonville side, like the little roach motels and stuff. But, they're just like rearing to go, because they've been just sitting here.
I think the jump off, the next thing will be them trying to take over the Waterson or 64 or whatever out. And some good old boy with dualies on a big Chevy 2500 ain't going to fucking have that, bro. And he's going to go right over 2 or 3 of them. And that's what's really going to fucking set this shit off.
Get some of them Shively boys to come out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You want some street sweepers, you fucking come barreling down at 65 on that, and you see who's going to fucking play chicken.
Oh, dude, exactly. And it's I don't know, man. It's just weird. It is weirdly calm. I'll say that. Like, I've been watching. And too, I don't want to, I'm not trying to, put anybody, shine anybody up, but if anybody listening does want to watch some live feeds from locals here, there's a dude named Riot Heart Media and a dude named Maxwell Mitchell and a couple others they're always right down there in the shit. So if anybody got on Facebook, they're live streaming. They've been down there every day. So it might be worth checking those out as opposed to Fox 41 or something.
Sure.
So those dudes are in the mix. So
either side, Greg, either side is going to get what they want, or whoever's on top of either side politically in power, control. You talk about it goes this direction. There's going to be there's going to be some form of overt control or in your face control one way or the other with this election and everything, whether it be martial law, which curfew is just half a step to martial law. Lockdowns are essentially medical martial law. We've been pretty much our rights have been taken away this entire year.
Yeah, it's been brutal. It's crazy. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't expect much to happen. We'll see if shit doesn't start popping off around 9:30 downtown. I would say it's just gonna kind of drag and linger, honestly, because tonight would be the night you would think. Oh, and that dude, the guy they actually charges with, he's already posted bail. He's already out. He was in jail. They said 32 minutes. He was in jail.
Jesus.
So he just basically signed in, paid the money, and bounced. So we'll see. And of course that's the new trigger on Facebook now is he's already out of jail. He's already out of jail. He stamps the news feed, and that's all it is his mugshot and whatever. But it is interesting, man. It's weird being in the middle of all this shit.
Well, most go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, Stevie.
I was just going to ask him how his business is doing. If this has to be yet another blow to just trying to get your business back on its feet with all this COVID stuff and everything. Is this something that's going to even further hurt it?
No, man, honestly, I'm right off the interstate. I'm right off 65. I'm sure Sal and Ben will remember Green Tree Mall, Clarksville. I'm right close to that. So, none of this has even affected me. And honestly, during COVID, I had so many people I didn't act on it, but they were like, bro, come to my house. I don't give a shit. I just want to get tattooed. So I have a pretty rabid fan base for that. This stuff hasn't affected me, but I do know there's a couple of tattoo shops that are right in that downtown, right there by, Louisville Gardens area and stuff. And I'm sure they're just dead in the water. I don't know for sure, but I would assume because just has them totally shut down and locked in. But
we'll give them the plug, man. I mean, even if you're not, let's get more business. If you want to put it out there, let them know. If you're in Louisville, a guy made one of our favorite Horsemen shirts, a great artist, Greg Mosier, Garbex Edge. Where can they get at you, buddy?
Yeah, Instagram. I mean, I do Facebook. I don't check it as much. Instagram, Garbex Edge, Deep Search Tattoo, all one word. That's the handle for the shop page. Or they could buy the shirt and give you guys some coins.
Yeah, man, always better. Yeah, I definitely.
I need to work on a couple new ones. So actually, I need to. I'm sure there's got to be some stuff we didn't hit on that last montage. I need
a culture vulture shirt. If with a vulture, a vulture with the headdress on or something along those lines, that would be awesome.
Bro, he's got a. Yeah, we could even mock it up, kind of in that old like that Wyatt family vibe. Follow the culture
killer, man. Well, we want you to be safe, dude. I'm glad that you're not having to be out there and the madness of it all. Keep your head down, and we'll definitely be in touch for any updates. Hit us up like we have been on Instagram, dude. And we got to change your name to the draw, dude. 79 live viewers at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman and YouTube, our highest ever rated guest, Greg Mosier.
I'll take it, man. Hey, tell Sal, let me know when we want that greasy strangler anytime he wants to have me on the show.
Stop it. You're going to set that schmuck in the chat room off.
Oh, shit. All right.
He's a bullshit artist. All right, boys. I'll be checking out the rest of the show, man.
All right, man. Later, Mose. Appreciate
you. Buddy. Stay safe.
Later, man.
Yeah, man. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. Soldier right there in the heart of it, man. Letting us know what's going on. And, we got plenty of people there that we care a lot about, and as anybody would in any of these cities where this shit goes down, that it's out of paid, Soros money, BLM that goes to fund more Democratic white bullshit. So it's all a fucking front while we tear this stuff down. GGP, go ahead, man, take it.
Well, maybe they were hoping for this scenario to turn out like Portland. Maybe because it's not living up to the hype, we might see a false flag happen over the next few days to set everything off. Because if something big does happen, I strongly believe this will be the catalyst to the civil war right before election.
It seems like it. If we've got, like you said, on the Indiana side, they got it shut down, right? There's your bridge over the River Kwai scenario. And then you've also got these guys staying at every Motel 6 in Marriott, like Sally said, ready to do something stupid. Let's see. Let's see Tony Hawk pro skater teams fucking. Like, that's what it looked like, right? So go ahead, Phil.
Now, and I know there was all kinds of talk about now Trump's not going to step down if there's voter fraud, right? So if there's voter fraud and he decides he's not going to concede, so now what? Throws down martial law. We're already there.
We're there now before that even happens, right? Saying that is going to be like, well, all you have to do after that is to get out of jail. It's like, here's one tiny bit of evidence that they already got that they're going to use. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said that. So the line there is already in the sand. And I don't know. We thought about it stepping up to this point. I don't know. It's easy to project that and predict it, Stevie. But now here we are, closer and closer to a true standoff, man, where American lives could get mowed down over social media and social interaction and trying to get a Facebook vanity metric to prove your opinion on somebody. Where that's spun out of control now, dude.
But hasn't it already been happening? I mean, we're talking about 30 people dead, 1,000 police either killed or injured. These are stats that have come out this year from it. I mean, it's been happening every single night in Portland. And like Mosier said, it's been happening in Louisville for 90 days. We don't hear about this, or with 190 or however long. Yeah. Are we in the Civil War? Is it happening? Is it just going to be a few dystopian cities that are already half in the bag anyway for years? Mm-hmm. And now we just have to say there's two different Americas. Do you want to be in the city? Do you want to be part of all this shit, or you can't escape? Or are you going to go out like you say, chop wood, carry water, or somewhere in between to where community means most. Where you make fun of the Hallmark movie town, but that's where I'm going. I'm looking on realtor.com right now. Because, dude, I'm lucky. We've been saying for years that Atlanta, it has to pop off.
Yeah, that's got
to pop off. I figured before Portland, Seattle, Louisville.
I didn't think New York will be up there in the top ones.
No, that's weird. That's only because she lived there and it happened there.
Right.
Like they're probably disappointed it was in a market, speaking like the social media people, they're probably like, why couldn't it happen in a bigger market like Atlanta or Miami?
Yeah, they would.
See, but like the guys are all in the chat room. Everybody's saying the same thing, and I'm agreeing with them 100%. This isn't Seattle. This isn't going to be. You can't come in this area. We got barricades. No. They're gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, dude. We've ridden these fucking roads, bro. Every fifth house is a church that it was made into a church in somebody's garage, and they have rebel flags hanging from them. Like they don't know about Hogtown, Elizabethtown, Shively, London.
Shively alone is just like.
Well, here's the thing too. That Justin said in the chat room, which, you know what I mean? I don't know how he knows, but the Klan is active in Louisville.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Justin's dating most of the guys in that group.
They're calling these people are calling each and every person a racist to trigger and cancel a person. What's going to happen when they run into some real racist people? Like down home, redneck, backwoods types. That's what you guys are, right?
So
that's a friggin' ball.
Remember that armory we used to play, like the active armory out there? Like there's no way. Like all you'd have to do is go get all the dudes from that town, and you would have your fucking MacGyver or A-Team scene where they're coming down the shutdown highway. You wouldn't need no fucking. I mean, it sounds like a fantasy thing, but you really wouldn't need any National Guard, dude. Those boys are ready to go.
Mose just said they're fucking up Bardstown Road.
Really?
Protesters storm a restaurant and begin throwing tables and chairs on the outdoor patio. I swear to fucking. I swear. They fuck up Highland Coffee.
I don't like coffee anyway. So it's okay.
Dare you?
Don't mess with the gyms. Well, I got my gym. You can mess with the gyms.
Listen, do you think these guys know these guys? They're soy boys. They don't know gyms. They know fucking going to that. What's that place called?
That's why they're attacking a coffee house.
Yeah.
No, what are they called?
They better not fuck up Ramsey's neither, man. They're carrot cake. God damn it. Ben, I'm getting hot about this. I can't.
I will do that. You can see Bardstown Road. Can you imagine it? And all that. And to be honest with you, Bardstown Road was that hipster community when we were leaving, so they're not going to step up and do anything to be some old boy shit.
I would be out there protecting it, baby. I would be.
I know you would. I'd be on if I own a storefront on there. I'd be right there with the shotguns on the roof.
Me and Roadkill would guard Ramsey's just to protect their carrot cake.
I know. Clowns.
Hit the road, clowns.
By the way, this is how we are not meant for this era of professional wrestling, because I know each of the four of us, if we were in Louisville and we saw it going on, we're trying to figure out a way to cut a promo somewhere or do a vignette to get over.
Oh, dude, I'm out there full gimmick, bro.
Arab gear.
The riot behind me.
Full gimmick. Come on, I'd be on both sides. Actually, I'd be on the side of the cops trying to come on, the fucking terrorists have taken over.
Cut their hands off. You'd be scared.
You're going to die first. I will kill you first. Just going back at them. Yeah, we'll see some real fear. But in the chat here at twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen 69 strong. Here's the next one. They said they wished Planet X would come and end it all. GGP.
Nobody said that. You're just trying to.
They did say that. I didn't say that. Okay. I say it a lot, but I didn't say it this time. Wrong one. Is that the wrong one or the right one?
Let's bring this up. You are going to bring up Planet X. Do you think just like something that there's no evidence in my mind of this, but I'm just throwing it out there as a thought. just like chemtrails, do you think the magnetic effect of Planet X, which people are saying Planet X is affecting the poles, the magnetic, fields and all that stuff, is sort of contributing to everybody just being out of their fucking minds along with everything else?
We saw that story about the magnetic fields changing, dude. Why wouldn't that have an effect on us?
I'm not giving them that fucking out.
You're not gonna?
Well, it's not an out.
I'm with Sal.
It's an out. I'm not giving them that fucking excuse because as I'm fucking hoisting them up in a tree, they'll go, but it's the magnetic field. It's not me. I didn't do nothing. And then that'll be it. I'm not giving them that fucking out.
As you can see, there's obviously a really very clear planet that is right north of the sun. And wow, I would love to say it was the moon, but since the moon happens to be right here on the opposite side, there's no way.
Moon.
And since we all have been taught in school that Mercury and Venus do not show up, just look at that planet just beaming and shining right now. Somebody tell me what it
that
is.
There a planet. That there is a planet.
Oh man, this is one of NASA's most brilliant minds.
Not necessarily. She's not necessarily. She might be like Dr. Fauci. Who knows at this point?
That there is a planet, y'all. I'm telling you.
That ain't Mercury over there.
That's not Mercury.
Look at that planet, because planets shine. No, stars shine.
I hate to have her as my expert on Planet X for evidence in this, but unfortunately, I have to defer to the witness, Mary Sue over here. She happened to catch this on tape.
I'm going to say when you showed it to Russo, he snickered the second he heard her voice.
Oh, dude. But isn't that always the people who see the fucking craziest alien shit? You know what I mean? Always. Yeah, dude, that's pretty spot on of...
That's the second son, like Tatooine, I tell you.
I'll tell you what, Luke. Luke!
Shut up, Mama's on the phone.
Luke!
I'm trying to record something for the YouTubes, you sons of bitches.
Luke, stop sewing your goddamn outfits and get out here and look at the second son.
Get off.
Get away from that
in the trailer.
moisture farm, you cocksucker.
Luke, you ain't going down there to protest with them womp rats. You're going to get out there in that field ball.
I was just going to say, stop fucking with them womp rats, Luke.
Leave them womp rats for Stringer. You got to get out there and fly with the back 40, boy.
Oh, shit.
Stop wearing them gold LeMay tops, too. That's suspect.
You stay out of my drawers. You keep off my tights, you little motherfucker.
So they're going to name this planet after this woman? Is that what you're saying?
I guess so, dude. Planet Tina is in effect. But yeah, pretty convincing stuff this week, man. And there was another Planet X stills from other southern states. I think that was from Florida. Somebody shot some stuff in North Carolina too, where it's the sun and then another sun above it. And at this point, when they tried to stooge off, how about that? There's the icing on the cake as we move towards it. Don't forget about election asteroid coming to get you. Election the day before election day, right? Like, well, and what if they announce that day that Planet X is the ultimate fuck all, and that election won't matter after that anyway? You know what I mean?
It's a big, beautiful planet. It's huge.
It's a huge planet. We're all moving there. And in other space news, how about, was it Jupiter in the upper stratosphere where they discovered a gas that is given off by new life, like when new life formed? Yeah, well, that's old gas.
I think it was on Venus, no? The second planet. Second planet, the one before us.
Phil Fardo was up there.
They also said they found gas leaking out of Uranus, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah, Venus. Sorry, Plaja says he's got it right on there for us. Thank you, GGP. But here we are with able to test that kind of stuff, and if that's there, then what else is able to live, grow, and are we going to pioneer that as well, or is the pool table that all of our little balls are on about to get fucking re-racked and fucking and split again? GGP, what are you thinking, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, that whatever her name is, Tina, Karen, whatever you want to call her. She says she's Phyllis. Yes, Phyllis Dillis. She sees this planet on one day. Where the fuck did it go the next day? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it took 3,600 years to come here, what did it run in and run out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it took a powder after 24 hours.
Hold on, we'll keep going. I'm gonna Justin just
and all this supposedly planets that they're starting to find now and life on other, they've done known this for years. For years, they're just stooging it now, little by little. Could it be seeds for this Project Bluebeam? Could be. Could it be that it could be that the potato seeds are running wild, but it can also it also could be that, you know, maybe it's time the Anunnaki do come back, or maybe it's time where some kind of galactic space treaty we had is about to end, and we're gonna get visited by people.
Space treaty. I never even think about having a space treaty.
Time to re-up your contract, son.
I guess, oh my God, this gives me chills. Seen here, citizen militias patrolling Louisville, Kentucky. Notice the lack of police intervention. This is not what happens in a functioning democracy. This is what happens on a state on the verge of collapse. 1.6 million views, probably the last hour.
So they got bulletproof vests and flak jackets and tactical gear and helmets.
They've been waiting for this, dude. Are you kidding?
Dude, what I'm saying is, who paid for all that stuff?
I guarantee you they did. Those guys did.
Was that the civilian or the National Guard?
Go home!
Yeah, go home.
That's the woman that's on Planet X.
It's the one with the planet. Yeah.
Planet X is coming. Go home, y'all.
God damn it, get inside. There's a planet coming. What is that?
You motherfuckers go home. Planet X is right there.
I don't have my guns up for baby's holster. What's up?
Dude, that's civilians in Louisville, bro.
Yeah.
They don't know about the fucking they obviously didn't do their research for the Kentucky machine gun shoot, bro. Like the shit that I saw there, I was blown away at.
What I'm saying is, are those people policing the streets, or are they protesters?
No, those people are showing up in Louisville from those outside areas that we just talked about.
Those are militias, dude.
But I mean, what they're doing is they're trying to, at least if that woman in the truck, she has to get to Planet X for the second sighting.
Yeah.
If she gets stopped like other people do, and people have gotten shot and killed or pulled out of their trucks, those people will be there to protect them to some extent and cause trouble, obviously.
Well, that's going to be the thing. They're going to try to stop people from going into the shit, and they're going to say, listen, we're trying to protect you, and then somebody's going to say, I have to go this way, and they're going to kind of overstep their shit because they're militia. So they're going to overstep their shit. It's going to escalate. That it's like either everything is going to work or nothing is going to work at this point. So like these guys have shown up because they think, you know, they say we're needed. So we showed up because I don't want my town, my house, my friend's house, my business. I don't want to get fucked up. So now this militia shows up with shit they've been hanging on to for fucking years. They've been collecting this stuff.
I'll bring this shit up here, Sal, to show them what the fuck they're really fucking with.
These are like preppers. These are the people prepping for this is their apocalypse.
It's saying that that's just who these fuckers are at Knob Creek gun range, bro, where they have the machine gun.
Did I send you guys the 1,000,000 round machine gun?
But no, not yet. Wow.
I wonder if they sell that here.
You'll carry that.
Australia came up with it, and it shoots 1,000,000 rounds a second.
Size of that big son of a bitch.
That big bastard.
What I'm saying is, like, then it's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty damn one-sided, Sal. Right? Like with those guys having
this is dumb
against college students, essentially.
Yeah. Against
not even
the skateboard, dude. This is what they're fucking with out here, bro. October shoot. 2020 shoot show canceled because
now it's back on
to the streets right here, bro. Like it's fucking insane out here, dude. Where machine gun shooting 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I'm talking, they've got the you can get all the, they put cars out there with all the fucking explosive powder and shit into it.
Night shooting.
Yeah, all that shit, dude. Here.
So I sent it to the chat so you can look at it. You throw it up in the room so everybody can fucking wet their pants a little bit.
Range rules. Click on it. There are no rules.
Range rules. Just do what you want.
Maron, look at this fucking thing.
Right, dude.
Oh!
Yeah, it should be no
Hold
problem.
your fire. Hold your fire.
Hold your fire. Planet X is up there.
Welcome to
Hey guys,
Kentucky,
hey y'all,
ballers.
check it out. Look at Planet X. It's up there. Okay, go ahead.
But dude, in all seriousness, like since we've since the whole initial pandemic thing went down and we started, preparing to protect ourselves here and everything. Every time we went to any gun store, especially in what was considered the good old boys country up in the mountains, you've never felt safer. You never felt a calmer atmosphere, and the people have never been nicer. I'm only speaking about the places I've been to. Very welcoming, very nice, nothing, and everybody has it like open carry, not even concealed. So like that, or people running around with U-Hauls and what would I rather be around?
What is the utopia that the other side is offering? There's no leadership there. I think they're just ants running around, going and gathering for the queen to come back, dude.
Well, just figuring out what to complain and bitch about and not create a goddamn thing on our own. And I'm not saying this militia, there's people they've been waiting, and there's some power hungry, bad people on both sides. It could go potentially really wrong, but everyone's always nice when they know everyone else is packing, but it's just one of those things of they haven't seen anything like this. This is the first city that like you said, you have the red state people that are pretty much not going to fuck around. And also the police are coming, the National Guard's there. There's all these factors that it won't be anywhere close to anything else. This is a conspiracy show, though, so we should say that looking at it from 10,000 foot kind of thing where Planet X is, where the lady saw it, do we have something here that's like someone's there going, this is going exactly as we planned it? Because this militia showing up is the potential civil war, as you guys said earlier. Like they were barreling over everybody, and people were being let out, and people were getting killed, and they were still letting the people out. But now you have the opposing forces there on the street.
Well, what's gonna happen is, and this is gonna go on both sides. People feel that there's this anonymity. Well, I got a mask on, so you're not gonna know who it is. So if I throw
contracts
this rock,
too, by the way.
I throw this rock, this bottle, this Molotov, I throw whatever, who's going to know I did it? And even if a video camera catches me doing it, I got a mask on. So now multiply that 2-3 dozen. Multiply that, and you have a mob mentality of people who aren't thinking clear anyhow. And people who have been running around all day. There have been people all day marching and doing all kinds of shit, okay? And nothing's gone on, nothing's happened. They're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for this shit to go down. And all it needs is one little spark. And it could be the militia, it could be the protesters, it could be the cops, it could be anybody. All it takes is one. And the worst part about it is the news is going to have a field day to say these people did it first. And I guarantee you it's going to be the militia, the angry white militia, or the police.
Are you telling me that these people wouldn't welcome with their southern hospitality outsiders into their city?
The Wild Bunch.
Yeah, they're good.
There it is, boys. Planet X. Get them.
This video
in their defense, that was mostly peaceful gunfire.
Yeah.
Now, my question is,
oh my god, dude.
which one of these
What
guys
are they firing?
has this set up in their
There's
house?
Tannerite out there.
Dude, that's like what I've seen in the Iraq War.
There's 7 minutes of this.
That's fucking great.
This is Iraq War guys who come back and they just have all their. This is what they do, bro.
They say you guys can keep the guns and ammo. Here you go.
What do you think? Like, did nobody do any homework whatsoever before they fucking came to Louisville?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is they really, because I guarantee you, I know somebody who was setting this all up. They told them, listen, they can't touch us, man. If these rednecks want to get fucking physical, we can own them. We could sue them. You can make millions. You could do this. You could do that. And they talked these people up, and people are like, go ahead, let a redneck touch me, motherfucker. And that's what happened. That's exactly how it got up. And it started, and you get your big fucking cojones now because you're surrounded by like-minded little fucking soy boys who are like, yeah, man, let him touch me. We'll fucking kill him. And it's their skull split, man.
Done.
That's all you're gonna hear, man. Just that's it.
Yeah,
it's gonna, a bottle crash, and then that's done, man.
I know, bro.
I want that lady to commentate if it happens.
If y'all can somebody tell me, is this Mercury Drive? Am I on the right? I'm looking for the GE plant and pick my husband up later. GGP, before we were so rudely interrupted by rednecks with machine guns and Antifa, we were talking Planet X and new life on Venus. I know not nearly as exciting, but you think that video that I showed is probably the most convincing proof I've seen in a while. What are you thinking about it, man?
Well, I mean, it obviously looks like a planet, but here's the deal. Where was it the following day or the day before or 2 days after? You know what I mean? It still has to be in the same area around, it doesn't, we rotate, the planet rotates, but it's not like it's going to be here today and then tomorrow it's going to be all the way over here and then next week it's going to be over there, and then the following week it's going to be back over here.
Nibiru does have. It's supposed to have 2 moons and its own sun. So if that was a moon that was lit up, those moons could be on a much quicker rotation and be on the backside of where they're being massed. That way, I'm playing hypotheticals here with.
No, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I mean, I don't know. Could it be some kind of reflection? Who knows?
I was wondering myself, but then when I saw other pictures from other states, that it looked very similar in that, and maybe just the way where Nibiru is, the sun only gives it an hour's reflection where it is visible. That could be it as well, depending on the angle of inception.
Well, then how come no astronomers or any people who like to use their telescopes as a hobby have noticed this? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm trying to be
because I'm with you there too. Where is the science community on this to debunk it?
Unless it's a hologram testing out Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know, bro. I have no idea. I mean, I watched this movie this week. I watched a few movies this week, right? First movie I watched was Peanut Butter Falcon. Good movie, right? Second movie I watched, which was good. What the fuck was it? I forgot. Anyhow, I watched Ad Astra. Right, it was supposed to be with Brad Pitt, where he goes into space and he goes from the moon and then jumps to Mars, and we already are colonized over there. So the movie was blah. I didn't like it. But regardless of that, it makes me wonder, like, how far fetched from the truth is that? Maybe we are stationed on the moon. Maybe there is stuff in Mars. Maybe we are on other planets with little military bases or dumb bases. We don't know. We don't have any access to the information. It could very well be like that guy from fucking Gaia could be truthful, or he could be full of shit. I mean, we have so many things, bro, on both sides of the fence to go with and against everything that we hear that we don't know.
When a movie is shit like that, it's more of a stooge off.
Yeah, I know.
propaganda piece, right? And then it is anything to do with entertainment. It's just like get them used to the idea. Put Brad Pitt in there so the women can have something to fantasize over. And now we're off to the races and getting this shit out there and demassified, even in a small dosage.
You're not far off, dude. You're not far off, right?
Right on.
I saw a video this week that I shared in the group where this guy was saying how, so what is it? What's the saying? As above, so is below, right?
Oh yeah.
And then how he wasn't saying flat Earth, but he's saying the Earth that we know isn't what it's supposed to be like, and that the moon is a reflection of what we're on. So our planet really looks like the moon. I don't know, some weird shit. But hey, I'm not one to judge. It just sparked an interest, saying, hey, he might be right. Who knows? I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things out there that could be true, it could be false. Aliens, inter fucking dimensional beings, time travel, Oak Island. I mean, all this shit from left to right can be true, it could be not true. Religion, God, Holy Grail, Anunnaki, this, that, and the other. Who knows? We will never know. Right now people are saying the Black Knight satellite was a satellite. It wasn't alien technology, but it was a satellite put up in space by an old generation who had technology that we have now, but died off on the planet. And it's space garbage.
That's cataclysmic. Is that left over from Atlantis?
Could be. I have no idea.
Stevie, what do Dixie and Chainsaw think about all this?
I was going to say, Dixie's like Brad Pitt and Ad Astra. I see someone else in that movie at 2 a.m. I'd like to wish my wife a happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Christy, from all the conspiracy horsemen.
Started yesterday. I actually, I'll tell you the funny thing about that is like I ordered flowers and I wanted the flowers to come early. The flowers ended up late anyway. Then they resent the flowers, which almost didn't come on the makeup day today. They were supposed to. This is what Smyrna, we call it Smyrna. That's what it's like.
Just another day.
So, yeah, but I had a couple pieces of cookie cake, so I'm good.
Ooh,
yeah, God damn, look at that big. I literally did that when I saw the slice. I was looking at that big son of a bitch. Can't help it.
Oh shit! I saw Dixie on Impact. They had a little shot of her this weekend as a throwback MILF. I figured it'd make you happy on the show. What does Chainsaw feel about it all?
Neither one bought my yoga videos. I'm very unhappy about that.
Matt Schaffer just did, though, as he's moved into his new apartment in Denver.
And he didn't have to. He should have talked to me.
I know, but fuck it. We'll take the sales.
Here's the thing. I wanted to say, just following up what GGP said was incredible, because that's how exhausting it is for us who try to kind of nail it all down and try to figure out and disseminate the truth from disinformation. There's no way the general public, you can't even give them facts from a police report for them to read. They can't be bothered with that. And really, that's a lot of what's going on right now, is the fact that they can't communicate, meaning listen, and then the people can't communicate to them what's really going on. There's no baby faces on either side in this. But I can tell you one thing: the people are the real pawns, are the ones on the streets in every one of these cities, and that the real question on that should be asked. And I said it earlier: of who is trying to twist us up and push us against each other? Who's really trying to? Not Trump, Pelosi, Biden, Kamala Harris, all these people. Who's really trying to do this? Because
Enrico Palazzo.
What's that?
Enrico Palazzo.
I've never heard that name before.
You never seen Naked Gun?
Oh, okay. I'll see. You say I'm the old one. I didn't see. They didn't have the TVs back.
I was in Naked Gun.
I saw the prequel.
Yo, but how about this, man? What about the two videos that we shared where the Justice was it the Justice Department guy was on the radio show saying it was George Soros, and then the people on Fox Sports or Fox News just shut him down.
Newt Gingrich.
Was it Newt Gingrich? Yeah, Newt Gingrich. Yeah. And they just shut him down. They're like, you can't say that. Don't say that. Right on air. And then the other video of Nancy Pelosi, they asked her a question, and she was like, Good morning. Sunday
Oh,
morning.
she had full MK Ultra. Like,
What the fuck was that?
Ding dong. First of all, don't tell me what to do.
It was bad, dude. They're putting that stuff out there. That's who we're supposed to follow. These are the people who have the best interest of that. These kids in the streets who look like they're right out of Tony Hawk's Skateboard Crew. They're the ones who are going, yes, Nancy Pelosi speaks for me. She's got my best interest at heart. That's how disconnected they fucking are in this type of shit, dude. It's unbelievable that I guess it is believable because there is MK Ultra as she is having a snap. The fact that she's the Speaker of the House and that video alone isn't enough to warrant an investigation into her mental health and capacity as a leader of the United States. Forget about the election and all that alone. You're watching her stroke out or something's happened on TV. We've got the proof. Let's get the doctors. Let's find out.
And she could potentially be the president when this whole thing goes into a gridlock.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then look at Biden. Fucking guy can't even have a conversation. I think the Ultimate Warrior's promos made more sense than his fucking speeches. You know what I'm saying? But but I agree with Stevie. There is no baby face. There are no baby faces on either side. They're both trying to fuck us one way or another. Same side, two different sides, same coin, you know? And unfortunately, like Stevie said, people nowadays, especially the younger generation, they don't want to think. They want everything done for themselves. They have that self-entitlement. They don't want to work. Everything's at the access to their fingertips through technology. They can order food. They can pay their bills through their phone. They can get it. They don't even have to hail a cab. They can call Uber. I mean, if there's an app to have someone come to your house and wipe your ass, they'd probably fucking purchase it so they don't have to wipe their own ass. And that's the sad truth. So let's
write that down, Steve. We're gonna young writer. We're gonna make it happen.
Pal, fuck yeah.
Yes.
But look at it like this, right? All of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, the CDC comes out about this whole COVID thing, and they're saying that's 6% of the people who died actually died of COVID. So it ended up being like 12,000, 13,000 people.
It's like 1,000.
Wasn't even that much. It was like 9.
Okay. Because the majority of the people who died had pre-existing conditions and mainly died because of that. Now the CDC's come out this week and title up 200,000 people died of COVID-19. And then on the site itself, it says this number is based on death certificate numbers alone. Well, we know for a fact it's skewed because they were being forced to put COVID-19s on these death certificates when 9 out of 10 times it wasn't the case. So now we have people all over the world going, 200,000 people, thoughts and prayers. My hearts go out to them. It's not 200,000 people, man. All you have to sit down is read the fucking website and see what the hell is going on. But you don't. You're taking something, you're taking a fucking line, a soundbite, or a fucking headline, and you're walking fucking 3,000 miles with it, as opposed to reading the goddamn article and reading the fine print and realizing, oh shit, it isn't 200,000 people that died from COVID. 200,000 people died because whatever they previously had got accelerated because they caught COVID. Okay, so what's the premise here? The premise is nobody fucking wants to do any goddamn work. So what's happening? They're going to believe what they hear and what they see in that small amount of time, a 10-second clip, a 2-second headline, a sound bite that's 30 seconds long, and they're going to make up a fucking decision in their mind just like that without doing any research, without doing any work, because I saw it on The View, it has to be true. Or I saw Nancy Pelosi, and you know what? She called him a racist, so he's a racist. Oh, wait, Donald Trump, you know what? Fuck Donald Trump. You know, supposedly he stole money from the fucking first responders and the fire people, and his people allegedly stole money from the fire people fund. And if that's true, he can go fuck himself. You know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Supposedly millions of dollars that were supposed to be given to these first responders and to the firemen here in New York were not being paid. Supposedly they took the funds and used it for something else, allegedly. Now, I don't know, because I don't know all the details, so I'm not going to make an assumption. But that's the point I'm trying to make. I have the right of mind to say, hey, AB3, I don't know all of it. So I can't say AB3 on my part, but I can't bring it to the table. And if anyone else knows, they can enlighten me and let me know what the facts are. But unfortunately, that's not the way civilization works nowadays. They're too busy fucking.
Well, that goes back to our social
dilemma.
right? The social dilemma of they're being tailored to be whipped into a fucking frenzy where us as workers, yeah, we'll respond to things once in a while, but we look at everything differently. I think we have separated ourselves, the wheat from the chaff, on this to like not be affected by these things. You know what I mean? I was even watching that thinking, you know, if that really is a true thing on Social Dilemma where they make you this own little VR version of you, I've got to have them completely fucked up because the first 8 years of information they have is me living in kayfabe as a fucking terrorist gimmick. And now I'm half in and half out all the time. So they don't have any real vision of what goes on in my head of what it is, as opposed to whatever Karen or Nancy Brown that's just posting constantly. You know what I mean?
Well, you're a culture vulture. Ya Allah. You know, you're a piece of shit. You fat piece of shit. Ya Allah. You know?
One thing you shared in the Horsemen chat, and I wanted to punch that fucking dude in his face when I watched it because he had good info, but he does one thing that I absolutely hate in the conspiracy realm. He's presenting all this info on ancient technology and the Book of Enoch and you know, all of the celestial I guess alphabet that revolves around the stars that
Woodward TV.
Yeah, on Woodward TV. But then he does that thing like halfway through and he goes, and you're not going to believe, and I told you, you're not going to believe where it came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dude, I just want to fucking swear people in the face like that. Those smarmy little conspiracy guys who've got to do a fake laugh and, aidez-moi, I got over on you. Oh, dude, they're the worst. The fucking worst type of people in what we do. But he did have decent information that sent me down a couple rabbit holes. And, you know, these ancient languages that look like similar to hieroglyphs or actually Greek texts with alpha and omega symbols and all that, you know, early on that does relate to chemistry and electricity and engineering and all that kind of stuff that may have been lost or may is going on. But to take it back to Egypt, 27 ancient wooden sarcophaguses unearthed. We'll watch a quick video and I'm going to let it play after that because it's on this guy who's like, I don't know, like he's an urban pundit, and afterwards his take on it, the minute afterwards, really pops me because it's super racist against white people and it's just unnecessary. And Sal, I think you'll fucking find it hilarious.
So the sarcophagus are going to start protesting in Louisville?
I think so. They're going to be out there soon.
It's 27 extra votes.
Archaeologists have uncovered
27 of, you know, the thing.
More than 2,500 years ago in Egypt. They were found in a well at a sacred site.
They're children.
Expert
Logan
is the largest of its kind. The coffins and artifacts are well preserved. Initial studies showing that they may not have been opened since they were buried. The site is still being excavated. Egypt's Antiquities Minister thanking staff for working in difficult conditions down the 11-meter well.
What the fuck is hold on. This is
What up, y'all? This boy JBAK Spoken, and we hear one thing of unspoken truth. Let's jump into it, shall we? So these archaeologists decided to dig up 27 coffins. Nothing new. Been going on for a long time. We know black people are the chosen people. It's just so fascinating and so ironic that even after all these years, white people still find it cool and interesting to dig up these people, crack open their coffins, and see what the dead bodies and what they are working with. They may find something new, but I highly doubt it after all these years. What else could you possibly be looking for? Black people. Ain't it crazy how we live in a world that's dominated by white supremacy? They don't ever want to pass on the resources. Fully selfish as I don't know what. Done killed millions, if not billions of black people globally. Racist to the doggone core. And
like, what the fuck? What the hell
So
happened?
now,
Common
and
ground
here's the thing. Since
history of
2,500 years ago, those were black people. They were arrested immediately because they were not wearing masks, as the mandate says so in Australia. Damn white people.
Millions, if not. Is he using
What?
Biden's math?
What is
Billions of people.
That was the original retribution of Egypt's WWE, and they've been buried ever since. After that didn't get over the first.
What in the fuck was that?
Awesomeness, bro.
That was one of your top YouTubers.
Oh my god.
That was so strong, dude. So strong. But without the racial injustice, and as we send our love down the well, 27 wooden coffins completely preserved. Since we've had Arab Spring and the original Antiquities director removed, which a lot of people say he was actually selling a lot of stuff on the black market.
Why gotta be black market again?
I don't know why gotta be. But there's a big museum project underway right near the pyramids, and these will be featured there. So this is the thing where it's kind of the opposite, even though there is obviously so much racism, whether it's Jewish slavery or Africans claiming to be the first man out of Egypt or what have you. That's all tied in, but the mysticism of it all really goes over, and I think unifies people more than anything else. You know what I mean? And here we are again, GGP based off of that ancient text, language, stuff like that. What do you think? And this is just something fun to kind of close with instead of, I didn't want it to be racist, but this guy took it that way. So
listen, man, the world will always, because the system is built that way, the racism will always be in this world, unfortunately. And at one point or another, there will always be slaves. Every ethnicity in this world has been a slave at one point in time, whether it was the Irish, the Jewish, the Greeks were slaves to the Turks for over 400 years, the Egyptians, you name it, the blacks here in the United States, the Chinese, everybody, at one point or another, a conquering, quest, an army comes in, takes over the town, new bookers come into power. Guess what? You shit out of luck. Either you shut your mouth or you're getting fucking sold for manual labor and you're a fucking slave. That's the way it was. Now, nothing's changed nowadays. We're still all slaves, but we're not slaves to ethnicity to do manual labor. We're slaves to the economic system, to be indebted. We're slaves to debt because we have this fabricated notion that we need to buy all the shit that we really don't need. And we need to get the latest craze, the latest technology, the latest fucking gizmo. And we need to fucking venture ourselves out there and take $1 that we make and stretch it out to try to buy $10 worth of shit. And at the end of the day, when we're fucking 6 feet under, nothing matters. The only thing that matters is doing the right thing to everybody else and for your family to prosper and make this world a better place.
What about if you're 11 meters under in a wooden sarcophagus? So does it matter then or no?
Well, no, because at the end of the day, whether if it's 11 meters or 6 feet or fucking you're in an urn and ashes and fucking smoke you, Ashy Larry wants to fucking roll you in a blunt and smoke you, it doesn't fucking matter. Because none of it matters. We're just gonna fucking die and go to another fucking platform.
But now it comes into who owns those. Because now that'll
put
be
it this
big
way,
struggle. Who owns
right?
this?
Put it this way. They say the planet is in debt for trillions of dollars. Who the fuck does planet Earth owe money to? Another fucking planet?
Exactly.
Come on. It's all bullshit. It's a giant fucking fugazi stardust. It's a fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the US owes money to China. China owes money to Europe. Europe owes money to Iceland. Iceland owes money to Africa. Africa owes money to Hawaii. No, it doesn't exist. We don't have enough money in circulation to cover all the debt that's out there because of fractional banking. And it doesn't exist. It's all fucking bullshit. And that's what we're slaves to, that debt, because people realize, the ones on the top of the pyramid realize that if everybody is distracted, fighting for the crumbs, they run away with the riches, and they're the ones who are making money off of us being in debt. You think I like having a fucking mortgage every month? Even though the interest rate is lower than what my parents were paying when they had their mortgage in the 80s and in the 90s, it doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, when you look at the fucking amortization table, your mortgage with the compounding interest, you're paying double what the fucking price was when you fucking got it. So look at it. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
And you don't own it anyway because property taxes. You never truly own it.
Exactly. You truly never really own anything. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I can say I fucking own is my Darth Maul statues and my fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi statues and all my fucking movie posters and fucking that's about it. You know, everything else doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean?
Somebody in chat said a cop got shot.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go. I'm telling you, bro. This is what they want. Both sides.
And our protest, my wife just sent that the protest in cities across America right now, New York City, Philadelphia, Columbus, I guess Ohio, Atlanta, Chicago, Pittsburgh.
Isn't that where the guy fucking Sal Palermo's from? From fucking Piper's Pit? Columbus, Ohio. What was his name?
Yeah, Frankie Williams.
Frankie Williams. There we go.
You were close.
I just wanted to talk about mummies and wooden coffins, but
well, listen,
I would never culturally appropriate 27 sarcophagus. Hey, you guys know me pretty well right now, but I feel like I have to say that.
How can you appropriate?
I'm not going to ever steal that from the black man.
I'm a big mark for history, right? Not because the Greeks invented it.
Not as big as this guy in the YouTube video.
Of course not. But what I'm saying is, all the Egyptian shit, the reason why it's so fucking cultivating and it's so awesome is because we don't know the truth. We were told a certain alleged fact, which, it's a fucking, that's where they're buried. It's a fucking, the pyramids, it's a tomb. No, it's not. It's not a fucking tomb. You've just been all these years that growing up in 138 and 231 and learning all this fucking history, being told in fucking high school that it's A, B, and 3, and now we find out it's X, Y, and Z. The A, B, and 3 was wrong all along. It just fascinates me because we don't know human history. We don't know shit. It's like in the wrestling business. 5 years in, you think you're fucking professional, like fucking Braun. And then fucking 20 years later, when you're fucking in there and you're a seasoned vet, you realize at the 5-year mark, you really didn't know anything. You know what I mean? And at the 30-year mark, when you're a 20-year vet, you realize at 20 years, you fucking didn't know anything. So as time progresses, to me, it's fascinating that we don't know our history. We don't know where we began. We don't know where we're going. We don't know anything about the past. We don't know fucking fuck all. Anything that we did know was burned in the fucking libraries of Alexandria and whatever was.
Do you believe that, or do you believe the?
Well, I was gonna say it's in the fucking Vatican.
Or the Planet X came and wiped it all clean, man. Where it's on the bottom of the ocean somewhere as well.
Could be.
That we're still not to that point as well. The mysticism of it all, Sal Akumashente. Are we
Kuna Matata?
Yeah, are we gonna have the Mummy Part 4 with The Rock? Is it coming back?
No, because again, this wasn't a tomb; it was a well.
Well,
so these fucking humps were just not a well. Well, yeah. Basically, the history is written by the people who have the money to be there first. So anybody, whoever's tombs these were, whoever's well this was. Fuck you. We have the money to dig it up. We have the time to dig it up. Go fuck yourself. We don't care. That's what it comes down to. Nobody gives a fuck. And here's the thing. Tomorrow, no one's going to give a fuck. I'm going to call it. What time is it? It's 8:45 p.m. right now. By 9:06, no one will give a fuck about those 27 sarcophagi. Okay? I barely think people in the chat room give a fuck about it now. Because it's not anything great. They didn't find anything. They're still working on them. They showed assholes brushing them off. And the guy's like, well, these fucking cunts are dig it up. All right, great. They don't give a fuck. And then some idiot tells us it's racist. Mm-hmm. Now it's a racist thing. Everybody popped for it. No one gives a fuck. It's really what it comes down to. There's shit we have to worry about. And the mysticism of it all would be great, except it's totally overshadowed by the real fucking gray cloud hanging over everybody's head.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's the here and now, and there's the escapism of the conspiracy horsemen. You know
what would be awesome if when fucking Planet X comes, all the motherfuckers in the tomb get up and are like, "Cool, you're back. We can go. We can all go now."
Either that or the fucking Gundam in Japan comes to fucking life and fights everything.
Man. Oh, well, that's why they're building it to protect us.
There you go.
From Planet X.
All right. At this point, Stevie, did you date any of those girls before they passed away or no?
No, I would never.
They were all
I have
Stevie's
nothing
rats.
to do with these. I don't want the wrath of I don't know.
They're the rats of Tut.
Whoever that guy is.
Y'all, man. We are dismayed, obviously, to see the way things are going, even as the show's unfolded in 90 minutes, where we can make some ribs about Antifa. But right now, in the city that Sal and I spent a lot of time in, lived in, and a lot of people we know there, shit is hot, and you never thought we were going to get to this point. Coming out of LA riots again. I didn't think we'd ever get there again in my lifetime, and now we're way past that.
You know what it is? Here. This was actually brought up when I was on with you guys when I got the call. Cindy asked me. She goes, I just happened to look up when I got home. I looked up the Rodney King riots. Okay, and how long that lasted, and the dude lived.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy got fucked up, and he lived. But those riots happened, and then we're done.
Yeah, 2 days.
This is a fucking horror show. This is a mess because it's not left by, okay, we're driving this bus ourselves. Somebody is driving that bus. Somebody has given you a bus driver. So now they're going to keep that going. They're going to keep that fire going longer than you would by yourself. So this is going to keep going because, like you said before, there's a fund behind it. There's people who are going to, every time it starts to die down, there'll be somebody to fan the flame and just kind of start the boil all over again.
I don't know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. I think these good old boys are locked and ready to rock. That footage of those guys is more scary than anything. If it was all the soy boys just versus the cops, and the cops got their fucking whatever, but if there's some good old Kentucky network where the cops are standing down and go, "You boys handle it," it's gonna get crazy, bro. Like, seriously, we could wake up to civil war tomorrow based on some bad decisions of them putting it all in the blender and fucking hitting puree right now.
Well, listen, like we were saying before about Cornette, the left eat their own. How many people turned on him when all this shit hit the fan, like with the wrestling stuff, right? With everyone was getting accused about all this bullshit, right? And all of a sudden, all these lefties started coming out against him, right? Look at Alyssa Milano, right? as much as I want to bang her,
a dumb
right?
cunt,
right? Look at her though, right? Mr. Defund the police, always preaching defund the police, lefty, right? Extremist. She heard gunshots by her house. What's the first thing she does? She calls the cops.
And now what happened? But the backpedal. My COVID symptoms, they confused me. I just didn't know what happened. It's like all the cops. So what was your fucking idiot husband's problem then?
Remember the video with the fucking guy driving when he jumped out the car with the fucking Wolverine claws, the fucking daggers, when the fucking kids were like protesting the cops? As soon as he made that fucking U-turn, call the cops.
Yep.
Fuck out here, bro. Come on. All you soy boys need to get fucking put in check big time, both in the business and in the real world, because this is ridiculous.
So keep an eye on Instagram lives that Greg listened to earlier for us, you guys, in the Facebook groups. And that way, if you want to see what's going on, aside from being propagandized too, or go to worldstarhiphop.com tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be up tomorrow for sure. Actually, that's where I saw the 27 carat sarcophagus that led me to the racist rant guy. That part wasn't even on World Star. I was shocked. I was like, you could be getting views right here. What the fuck? But we're going to be getting views at Hameen Media Group all week long. Great content coming out from the Horror Junkyard, the New Force Order, Stevie Richards influencing your apocalypse gear. So make sure you've got the flint knife ready to go and know how to do a squirrel trap, because you're going to be eating varmint meat pretty soon, everybody. And it's high in protein.
He's always here to give everybody the bright future ahead of us. Thank you, Ben.
It's low in fat, high in protein. I mean, don't.
Well, you can't have rabbit starvation. I've learned about that too. You got to be careful.
Yeah. Remember those guys who they wound up eating each other because all they had to eat was the winter hare. So they stocked up on all this winter hare, and they were stuck in this cabin during the big snowstorm. So they were just eating the hare, and they were both starving to death. And the one guy wound up killing the other dude because he went nuts, and he ate the other guy.
I'd never eat the hair because all my wives are shaved. So Yeah, a lot of big anniversary weekend. Every day really is an anniversary for Hameen with as many wives as I got, but we're going away this weekend. Wife number one and I, so looking forward to that.
Where you going, Tucky?
Yeah, we're going to go down there, visit people, get some homemade pie and ice cream kitchen.
Get some coffee if it's still standing.
Oh, hey, y'all, you want to go down to homemade pie and ice cream kitchen? Sure, bring the 45.
They would shoot at Planet X, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
they would.
Pretty much, man. But yeah, what's going on the New Force Order this week, man? What are we taking a look at?
We recorded last night. Hopefully it'll drop tomorrow. Let's see. What did we talk about? We talked about all the Mandalorian rumors. We talked about some stuff that happened in the comic books that was pretty cool. What else we talked about last night?
Sasha Banks gets stooged off in that in Mandalorian. Did they put that
No,
out?
I mean, people are assuming that she's playing Sabine Wren. I don't think so. I think she's playing a totally different character. Who knows? Kudos to her for being on the show. Fuck, I would love to have a spot on that goddamn show. Supposedly, Pedro. The rumor is this, dude. Pedro Pascal is gone. Like, he left the show.
Really?
Because he wanted to fucking have more FaceTime and not wear the fucking helmet. Now there's rumors of saying that was false. That wasn't true. So whatever. Who knows what's true? We elaborate that. We go over on the segment Who's More Over. We compare Star Wars Rebels to this Clone Wars animated show. Which one is more over? And that was it. It was a good time talking shop about a galaxy far, far away. So That was what's up on the NFL.
And don't miss out on the backlog. Last week, Impact X Division champion Hakeem Zayn joining the show with the guys too, and appreciate having all the people come over. Like we said earlier, John Hartnett on this week's Impact Attack for Shake 'em Up September. We're trying to bring you great guests. Last week, you guys, I know we were 64 strong right now in the chat room. If you missed last week's show, Richard Gage, founder of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, a huge get for us, and a show that'll go down as a pillar of the conspiracy Horsemen. So absolutely, you can try and line up more for you. I'd like to reach out to Jacob Israel in the next week or two to get his Planet X take as well, invite him back, and actually Vinny Paz as well. I think it's been far too long since we heard from him, man. And he might have the pulse of what's going on in the streets of Philly too right now with what could be coming to a town near us pretty soon. Sally, what's going on with Chuck after the show? Is he going through the mansions? We playing a new game?
There's I was just saying there's a rumor that he might finish up tonight with the game possibly. He's got a couple of things going on. I think just a couple of I'm not going to get into it. You guys know what, if you guys play the game, you guys will be there. But we hope to see everybody. We've had a lot of fun doing it. The guys come in, we all bullshit, we all just hang out. So it's been a lot of fun doing it, and everybody has been super, super cool getting back to us. People, a lot of emails, a lot of calls. So we want to thank everybody for hard junkyard stuff. We just recorded last night, so that'll be out Saturday. Chuck's going to drop that out. Make sure you give us a call. We have 207-261-0008. That's our hotline. You can get there in case you don't want to email, or in case you're some fucking drunk putz who can't remember how to email. So you call us and fucking slobber into the phone and tell, hey, you didn't answer my FaceTime. You got a code. Why are you not answering the phone? I'm going to call Stevie. I'm paying $20 to play Madden.
Speaking of, wow, I didn't know that Xavier Woods had an accent like that, Stevie.
Yeah. Well, when he looks at Planet X, it comes out. So he's a southern accent.
I just saw this real quick. Just dropped during the show on New York Daily News. New Year's Eve Times Square ball drop will be held online this year.
Excellent. I will also be dropping my balls online this year.
Yeah. Good. You'll get some Twitch money off that.
I get something twitching.
Oh, yeah, man. So check them out. Horror Junkyard, you guys, NFL podcast, Stevie. And I was going to have Silvio on in the morning for Switch Up September, but he's not going to be able to make it. So Stevie and I will be back for your Friday Locker Room Ultra Declassified Kayfabe Thursday taping with MSG from his new digs in Denver, man. So come right back in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Stevie and I will be here. Stevie, what else you got going on this week, man?
Well, we're kind of reconfiguring and focusing the stuff on the YouTube channel. So I did some new channel art and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to end up spinning off the I can't even say it, the Apocabox stuff, all the survival stuff and everything, and even some other things to a different channel, because I was looking at the SEO and I spoke to a friend of mine who's really like quite knowledgeable at it. And he told me, he goes, you could probably do even better with the affiliate stuff, with everything else, and get more traction on your videos. And more than anything, get the information out there. So probably going to work on that more tomorrow and Friday and have other things up. It might spin off into 3 channels. Cool. It might be the fitness stuff that I have the channel on now. I might still do I still want to do the tech reviews, tech tutorials, all the stuff for setup stuff, and then the other stuff might be more of the outdoor gear, survival, mountain man type stuff.
It sounds like StevieRichards.com is coming with 3.
No, the Iraq guy still has it.
Does he?
Survived the war and everything, so he still has the site. Yeah, somebody I looked it up. StevieRichards.com is some person in Iraq squad.
Well, then we'll get right to censor.com and we'll get that one.
Taken. It's just been taken.
That was my extra 5 minutes of fame right there when I got taken.
Can I add a couple things before we sign off?
Of course you can. It's your show.
This Sunday, the 27th, I'll be wrestling in New Jersey for Invictus Pro Wrestling. On the 29th,
where in New Jersey?
I have no fucking idea. Hold on a second. Let me check.
He's going to be wrestling in the streets of Camden with.
By the way, someone in the chat room. Someone sent me quick. Someone sent me an Instagram message. I was told that Lacey Evans was a single mom, and supposedly she's been with her husband since high school. So he was nice about it. He was like, "Dude, she's been with her husband." I don't know why that was a story that was circulating.
I feel like that was like a piece that WWE did where we saw.
I swear, yeah, it must be a Mandela effect.
Something. I mean,
I'm popping on.
Flemington, New Jersey, this Sunday, Invictus Pro Wrestling. I think bell time's 3 p.m. It's myself versus Dennis Morgan. You can go catch the promo I did on the kid on my social media outlets, and then on Tuesday I'll be in California for the United Wrestling Network / NWA pay-per-view Primetime Live. So you can catch me on that on Fight TV.
Yeah, the Blake Troop just happens to keep having COVID tests and can't get cleared. Oh, all these excuses. GGP comes to town and Blake Troop just isn't 100%. He might not be around. Oh, poor Blake.
Listen, man, he could pay and watch me wrestle just like everybody else, like he did last time. You know, and if he is there and he gets in my face, it'll be a little case of deja vu, you know?
You got the deja vu to deja crew. I'll be on Cage Theory next Monday with Javid. I'm not sure if John's going to make it or not, but Blake will be on too as we switch up September. I did pretty well on the UFC last weekend with their fight tips and whatnot. So $30 in, $90 out. I feel pretty good that we've got the good inside track on where you guys want to lay your money in a smart way too. So except for the Saints, don't bet on the Saints. That fuck me. And why would I be betting on a religious team anyway? I should have fucking known from the did we get all Stevie plugs in? Guys, get that new yoga.
Where's Brook and Broadway in Louisville?
Brook and Broadway.
That's where the cop got shot.
That might be over closer to
Broadway's. Isn't it down by the Bat Factory?
I was going to say it's probably closer over by the track over there. You know, over there. Because if they're going to do anything, they're going to. I mean, if you want to talk the hood of Louisville, it's over by the river, by where the Kentucky Derby is. That's where a lot of the track housing is, and they're going to try. I imagine if I was any type of strategist, police strategist in armed forces, National Guard, I'd try and quarantine that area off.
Well, they're gonna keep the bridges covered, and then they're gonna come inwards towards the track housing.
Dude, it's literally dark night. They're closing off the town and the bridges, and keeping all the criminals somewhere quarantined in there.
They'll do the same in Chicago, I bet, by this weekend.
They did it already. They did it about a month ago.
They have. I guess we can officially say this is the kickoff, guys. We're here day
Get them
one.
all in the Cabrini Green.
Civil War.
So does that make our show the fucking tailgate party for the fucking Civil War?
I guess you're here kicking it live and direct. Raise up
for the apocalypse, bitch.
Light one up, man. We've been trying to tell you guys.
Got my canteen.
It's all good. We're going to need it for clean water because we might not have some soon enough. Catch us in the compound. You guys, Sal for mayor of the Conspiracy Horseman tribe. I'm putting it out there right now. He can be the decision maker and take all the heat.
Oh, they want a Bane impression. Antifa, victory has defeated you.
Oh my God, Stevie, that gets me so wet when you do impersonations.
I heard someone say cookie puss. You meant crusty puss, I know, but it was me you were talking about. I know.
Oh, and we're gonna.
I heard you say sarcophagus, and I knew you were talking about me too.
He said, "Look at that! Look at that big bastard! God damn! Holy shit!" And we're gonna look at them all here, man. We appreciate you guys giving us the Stooge report on all of our Twitters, hitting us on Instagram or wherever you can get a hold of us or can't. Somebody will give us the Stooge because you're the loyalists listening live here at Twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horseman. 27 dead Egyptians. Hopefully not one dead cop in Louisville, and whatever else is incoming. We all may not make it to election season. Come on, Planet X, do your thing. Y'all.